everybody, I'm Rocki with QLZ, and this is our second Thirsty Thursdays edition with OBED ISAAC'S. I'm here with Lauren, the marketing director of Conn's Hospitality. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being with us. I can get some things right. Now, one of the things that I love about breweries is the history of the breweries. They usually tie in the history into, the beers that they make and the architecture of the space. You guys have a really unique space here. So give me a rundown, a little bit about the history of OBED and ISAAC'S.
Yeah, so there's a lot of history with OBED's, and it started when Court and Karen Conn purchased OBED Lewis's house, which sat at the corner of 7th and Jackson Street, which is just across the street from Lincoln's home. The home was needed too much work, so they decided after much thought to tear it down. By doing so, the city actually reached out to them and said, hey, we've got this building 6 blocks south, right outside Springfield Clinic. Are you interested in it? They said absolutely. So they literally picked up Isaac Lindsay's house and moved it 6 blocks to the north.
6 blocks?
With the help of the city and a lot of love and care, it was picked up and put to its new foundation, which is now our William Vance Coffee House. But going backwards, they wanted to get into, they'd been home brewers for a while.
Yeah.
Court, Casey, and Adam, and they wanted to get in to make it on a bigger scale. The Isaac Lindsay house was too small for the restaurant that they had envisioned, so they bought the Booth Grenadite Mansion on the corner of 6th and Jackson, which is where OBED ISAAC'S currently sits. Awesome. Well, our brewery is in the Carriage House, which was OBED Lewis's Carriage House.
And OBED Lewis, for those who don't know, I just today years old when I found this out, was Lincoln's wagon guy, right?
Yes, he worked on his carriages, and their kids played together. And the funny part is, through all of this history, it's actually Court Conn's great grandfather.
What?
So they purchased this home.
Found
all this out.
Wow.
And it's just like all the puzzle pieces just kind of came together. They were able to open up OBED and ISAAC'S. We're actually getting ready to celebrate our 10th anniversary.
Hey!
Right? 10 years. February 12th of 2022, we'll be doing our 10th anniversary. The craft beer industry has been everyone in Springfield's been so supportive of this. But.
Well, breweries are plentiful in Illinois, and especially in central Illinois, but a lot of people around Springfield, when you talk to them about a brewery, they'll say OBED and ISAAC'S. And now we're talking with Jon in the beer garden. Well, in choosing the beer, do you know, is there any kind of theme you guys stick with, or do you just try different things? Because I know, you have a pretty vast array on tap.
We always try to keep it pretty diverse, with the flavor profiles, things like that. Here specifically, it seems like IPAs are always a hot seller.
Yeah.
So we try to.
They're the most alcoholic beer usually.
That's why I started drinking beer.
The night I applied to this place.
It's like, I can bring a handful of Busch or, a few less heavier beers. It was a little cheaper too at the time. But, but yeah, they, so we sell a lot of IPAs, so we always try to have a lot of hop-heavy beers, the bitterness up there. And
so this is one of my favorites. This is, what's the full name of it? It's the Unicorn, I call it.
That is the Magical Unicorn Elixir.
Okay.
So it's a New England-style IPA, a hazy, if you will. They use Northeast-style hops, gives it a real citrusy flavor, so, that's kind of the hot seller everywhere right now.
Well, this is very good. How many beers on tap do you have?
We always have 12.
12 beers, okay.
Do our best to always have 12. That's the maximum, and we're always right there. If we have a really crazy busy weekend, sometimes we'll drop a few. But
and then so you have your staple, and then you rotate small batches, kind of.
We try to always keep a handful of them on at a time. Our Ditzy Blonde would want to have 100% of the time. But it's a good beer to jump from a domestic to a blonde ale, try to expand your palate and it's, move forward, if you want to step up from that point. We always try to have that one, our Upside Coffee Brown Ale, espresso flavored medium bodied brown ale. And then as well as our ISAAC'S IPA, it's a West Coast style IPA.
Gotcha. Well, so how has your beer knowledge come from the night that you were drinking the IPA, or what is? That's not.
That's an IPA.
That's an IPA.
Yeah.
See, that doesn't look like an IPA.
So it's a very non-traditional IPA. So they use a roasted malt. It's where they get that dark color from. So it's gonna have that roasty flavor similar to stout or porter, but it's not. It's still a medium bodied beer. We use Cascade Centennial hops in that one.
Nice.
But so it's just got a real robust flavor. And
it's a beautiful looking beer.
Yeah, like I said, that was the first beer I ever tried here.
And your beer knowledge has you're talking about it like you're a connoisseur.
Yeah, Yeah.
More than a drink.
You know, it just comes with the territory, you know.
Yeah.
I've been here for a long time, so, I just kind of just go with the flow, and I always try to ask as many questions as possible.
Well, you guys have to check it out. Jon, thank you so much, my man,
I appreciate it.
taking the time and sitting with us. I'm here with Lauren. I love your menu. I haven't had one thing on the menu, not to go too far away from beer, but I haven't had one thing that I don't like. Do you guys have any favorite menu favorites that people always go for?
So our Stinger Burger is typically a fan favorite. It's a pub burger.
I need to have that.
It's beautiful. It comes out. It's one of those that when you walk past the table with it and everyone's like, what was that? I want that next time I'm here. So that's a good
the Stinger
one.
Burger. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
And then a lot of our food, it's just cultivated from travels around the U.S., the family's travels, old family recipes, Court Khan's dad's chili, Karen Khan's mom's coleslaw, just things along those lines. All the family history is just in our menu, and it takes a lot of love and care. And we have our staples that everybody enjoys, but then we also rotate it out about twice a year.
Well, one thing that Jon told us last time was one of my favorite things are the flatbreads.
Oh, yes.
And the flatbread dough is made from spent hops.
Yes.
Or spent grain, whatever
Right.
it is.
It comes from the grain and from our brewery.
I love it. Well, your favorite go-to beer here?
My favorite is the Mother Road APA. It's an
Okay.
American Pale Ale. It's
What's
about
the alcohol percentage on that?
5.5. So it's
Okay.
not too bad.
That's pretty
It's
good.
a good one.
A couple of those, you'll be feeling pretty good.
You'll be feeling great. No, our Long Nine Black IPA is also another fan favorite. We don't have it on tap all the time, so when it does come out, people really enjoy that. And then obviously, synonymous with OBED ISAAC'S is our Strawberry Blonde.
Well, let me ask you this. This is a good, if you were a bartender, and this is a new question, I love it. If you were a bartender, what's one famous person you would love to serve a beer to?
Gosh,
I know.
That's a great question. Abe Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln? Oh, come on. You can't do that.
Yes, I can.
All right, now, okay, second to Abe Lincoln, because yes,
Obviously.
Abe Lincoln, yes, first. Second, who else? Anybody else? Alive.
I'm going to say Tom Hanks.
Ooh, that's a good one.
He just seems like one of those guys you could sit next to at a bar and just have a great conversation with.
Well, where do people go to kind of follow along with what OBED and ISAAC'S has going on?
Yep, so you can follow our Facebook page. It's at OBED and ISAAC'S on Facebook. Our website, obedandisaacs.com. So anything like that, we post daily specials on Facebook. We have different events on there. We're also on Instagram, so it's at OBED and ISAAC'S as well. And if you're ever in the Peoria area as well, we have an OBED and ISAAC'S up in Peoria.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
Wow,
it's
that's awesome.
It's in an 1889 church.
What?
We've literally taken beer and put it in a church.
This place is awesome. OBED and ISAAC'S, downtown Springfield and in Peoria. Lauren, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, you have to check it out. Here's to a second Thirsty Thursday, which is going to go down in the books.